The E1F4 error code on your Maytag dryer indicates a problem with the moisture sensor circuit. E1 signifies an electronic control issue, and F4 specifies a shorted or open moisture sensor, also known as a thermistor. This sensor is responsible for measuring humidity levels to optimize drying cycles and prevent overdrying. The error appears when the control board detects an abnormal resistance reading from the sensor. Several factors can trigger the E1F4 error in Maytag dryers. The most common cause is a faulty moisture sensor itself, accounting for approximately 60% of cases. This sensor measures humidity to optimize drying cycles. Other potential causes include damaged wiring or connectors between the sensor and the control board. A malfunctioning control board, often due to power surges or corrosion, can also trigger the error. Less frequently, lint buildup restricting airflow or overloading the dryer can cause the E1F4 error. Begin troubleshooting with a power cycle reset. Unplug the dryer from the power outlet for 5 to 10 minutes. Then plug it back in and run a test cycle. This often clears temporary glitches. If the error persists, enter the dryer's diagnostic mode. Press and hold the start and cancel buttons for 3 seconds. The display will cycle through error codes, allowing you to confirm the E1F4 error. First, inspect the moisture sensor's continuity using a multimeter. Connect the leads to the sensor and check the resistance reading, which should be consistent between 10K and 20K ohms. Next, ensure the lint trap is clean and free of lint buildup. Also check the dryer vents for any obstructions that could restrict airflow. Finally, verify that the dryer is receiving the correct voltage using a power meter. For most models, this should be 120 volts. When basic checks fail to resolve the E1F4 error, replacing the moisture sensor may be necessary. Start by purchasing a compatible replacement sensor specifically for your Maytag dryer model to ensure proper fit and function. Next, remove the dryer's rear panel to access the internal components. This typically involves unscrewing the panel and carefully pulling it away from the dryer. Locate the moisture sensor, which is usually mounted on the dryer drum or interior wall. Carefully disconnect the old sensor from its wiring harness by unplugging the connector. Now connect the new moisture sensor to the same wiring harness, ensuring the connector is securely attached. Double-check that the connection is firm to prevent future errors. Finally, reassemble the dryer by replacing the rear panel and securing it with the screws. Test the dryer to confirm the E1F4 error is resolved. Remember, working with electrical components can be dangerous. If you're not comfortable performing this repair yourself, consult a qualified appliance technician to avoid injury or further damage. If replacing the moisture sensor doesn't resolve the E1F4 error, the control board could be at fault. Common causes include power surges, damaging the circuitry, or corrosion from moisture exposure. This repair is more complex and usually needs a professional technician. Attempting it yourself may void warranties or cause further damage. To replace the control board, first disconnect all power sources completely. Unplug the dryer and ensure it's not connected to any circuits. Next, remove the control panel by unscrewing it from the dryer frame. This gives access to the internal components. Carefully disconnect all wiring harnesses from the old control board and remove it from its mounting. Install the new control board in the same position and reconnect all wires securely. Double-check each connection before reassembling. After replacement, restore power and test the dryer. If the error persists, consult a professional for further diagnosis. In smart-enabled Maytag dryers, the E1F4 error can sometimes result from software glitches or firmware bugs, particularly after recent updates. These issues often stem from firmware updates that affect sensor readings. Check if your dryer has received any recent updates through the Maytag app. Contact Maytag support to inquire about potential software issues and available fixes. Their AI chatbots can help diagnose if it's a software problem. Some newer models offer software resets through the mobile app. Open the Maytag app, navigate to your dryer settings, and look for a reset option to clear software glitches. Regular preventive maintenance can significantly reduce the likelihood of encountering the E1F4 error. Clean the lint trap after every load to ensure proper airflow. Thoroughly clean the dryer vents at least twice a year to prevent airflow restrictions that can affect the moisture sensor. Avoid overloading the dryer, as this can restrict airflow and strain the moisture sensor, potentially leading to errors. By following these maintenance tips, you can extend the life of your dryer and minimize sensor-related issues.